The Tinder Swindler is a Netflix documentary about Simon Leviev, a con artist who stole $10 million from women he met on Tinder. The documentary, directed by Felicity Morris and featuring interviews from victims and the scammer himself, focuses on the scope of the hoax and how it all came to be. Let's take a look at how Simon lived his life. A fake, lavish lifestyle on social media. On his Instagram account, the 31-year-old guy has over 200,000 followers and acts like a billionaire. The man stated on his Tinder profile that he was a diamond trader who toured the world. He travels the world, but he's in no way a diamond trader or even related to one. He is said to have defrauded a total of £7.4 million, which is more than $10 million, from a number of ladies. As a result, he may pretend to live a rich lifestyle. His most recent Instagram image was a red Lamborghini Aventador Spider with him happily sitting behind the wheel. He also uploaded other photos from private planes displaying the lavish lifestyle on board multiple Gulfstreams, including a G650ER with beige leather seats and plenty of room in the cabin, or flying in a private Bell 206B Jet Ranger 3 helicopter. He also flaunted the good life in the backseat of a Rolls-Royce, and exhibited photos of himself driving a Bentley Continental GT and a Ferrari 458 Spider. $250,000 from CECILE. CECILE, a self-proclaimed Tinder specialist, is the first victim encountered in the documentary. It becomes clear that she's a serial dater who knows her way around dating apps, which makes it all the more surprising that she was duped out of $250,000. As she becomes involved with Simon's lavish lifestyle as the alleged heir of Diamond King Lev Leviev, and with all the luxury flowers and gifts, one day he sends her some concerning images. Simon and his bodyguard, who isn't truly his bodyguard but a fellow conman, are bruised and injured in the photos. Simon states that his enemies, who clearly don't exist, have tracked him down and that he can no longer access his billionaire's fortune, simultaneously finding a new victim. Meanwhile, Pernilla Sjöholm, a Swedish socialite, was swiping her way through the Tinder dating profiles of some of Stockholm's most desirable bachelors at the same time. After a while, she stumbled upon an account that immediately piqued her interest. Her screen was illuminated by an extraordinarily gorgeous man dressed in the most expensive outfits and traveling to some of the world's most exclusive locales. Simon Leviev is his name. The couple matched and started communicating until Simon persuaded Pernilla to go to Amsterdam for a date. The two had an expensive meal at a high-end hotel before seeing the city and exchanging interests. Despite not feeling a romantic connection with Simon, Pernilla was taken aback by how similar they were and greatly loved his company. They chose to be friends and maintained regular touch in the months that followed their date. They would go out to dinner, to bars, and even on vacation together. They took a road vacation throughout Europe, stopping in Rome, Vienna, and Mykonos. Cecile stayed at home the entire time, getting increasingly anxious about her boyfriend's incessant requests for money. Cecile discovers the truth. Now that she was being pursued by banks for repayment, Cecile called American Express, who paid her a visit at her London home to explain the problem. She told the banking agents everything: the credit cards, the bank loans, the shady checks, until one of them wanted to see a photograph of Simon. "That's him," stated the two agents. They questioned Cecile what name her lover had been using before telling her that Simon Leviev is one of his numerous aliases. The agents encouraged her to investigate the name Shimon Hayat, where she learned that some years before, a guy by that name had defrauded 3 Finnish girls out of thousands of pounds by claiming to be their lover. $30,000 from Pernilla. Simon Leviev sought assistance from his good friend Pernilla after realizing he would be unable to ask Cecile for any more money. He gave her a video of himself and what were supposed to be his bodyguards receiving treatment from paramedics in the back of an ambulance after they'd been attacked. The same video he had shown Cecile 2 months prior. Pretending to be anxious about his safety, he approached Pernilla for a loan, to which she consented. She gave him a loan of $30,000 that she had accumulated to buy an apartment. After being blocked by Cecile, Simon began sending threatening texts to her family, knowing their address and phone number. With no support from the Norwegian police, CECILE approached the country's largest newspaper, VG, which immediately promised to assist. She granted the journalists access to their communications, bank transactions, images, and the names of any colleagues he had ever mentioned. She also brought up the previous situation with the Finnish women, to whom the journalists had tried to reach out but had received no response. Pernilla learns the truth. They stumbled upon Pernilla's name and reached out to her after reading through information of multiple flights undertaken by his crew. She approached Simon, unable to believe what she was hearing about her good buddy. He assured her that everything she'd been told was false and that it was his enemies attempting to reach him. But she met with the journalistic team, who gave her proof of everything they had uncovered. Pernilla met Simon covertly, with camera crews monitoring their every move, until he recognized one of them as journalists and immediately left. He realized at that point that he could no longer rely on Pernilla. Pernilla and CECILE then joined forces with the VG journalistic team to get Simon's face in the public eye. They filmed their narrative of being duped by him in order to warn future victims, and they appeared on guest and discussion panels all around the world. The two thought that the media would put pressure on the police to act on Simon's offenses. Many additional victims from around the world began to speak out about their encounters with the con man. Working his magic on AYLEEN Charlotte. Simon, who was still on the run, was already one step ahead of his ex-girlfriend and buddy. Meanwhile, he'd started a new love affair with Dutch fashion worker AYLEEN Charlotte, whom he'd met on Tinder. Her 14-month fiancé was a low-key, globe-trotting diamond firm CEO. So she was shocked when, a few weeks into their romance, she came across a photo of Simon on social media with the tagline, "The Tinder Swindler." She matched the early phases of her relationship with him to that of CECILE and Pernilla's. He'd sent the same films to each of the three women, telling them how much he adored them. However, it was already too late for AYLEEN at that point, because she'd already loaned her partner $140,000. Simon finally gets caught. Simon Leviev received a 15-month-long sentence for the offenses he'd committed in Israel. After 5 months, he was released. Since his release, he started a website that provides business guidance for a set fee. Simon's bodyguard and his business colleagues have never been charged with any unlawful behavior. Simon Leviev is now a free man in Israel. It's unknown whether he continues to defraud women, but his current net worth is estimated to be between $500,000 and $1 million, according to multiple sources. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think a 5-month sentence for Simon was fair? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.